I'm Howard Lester, and today I am joined by.
Cassi Bruno. I am a comedian. I am a depressed person. I exist in the world. That's
Thank you. And
is
I
that a
see
good
you.
description?
I see you. I just want you to know that I see you, okay?
Thank you.
Um, how do we know each other?
Uh, Comedy, work. We were
Work.
hustling together,
Yeah, before
um,
they shut us down,
and shit got shut down.
pre-COVID.
Um, fine, fine. Yeah, pre-COVID. Um, I think the first time I met you was at Brillo Box, and we just we hit it off.
Boom. So you're shut down like I'm shut down because we're in Pennsylvania.
Right.
Strict punishment here. Um,
Could
what you streaming?
be stricter. I am streaming lots of documentaries. So first and foremost, almost done with the series Waco on Netflix.
Okay.
I'm also streaming. I just finished on HBO Max. It's called The Cult of Cults, about the Heaven's Gate cult. And then just the broadest category is I'm watching a lot of murder documentaries.
Okay.
So that's its own thing. It's not really something you binge watch. It's something you have to seek out and make a schedule for yourself to binge watch. Cross-platform. There's just a lot. There's a lot. I watched one yesterday called American Murder. I think it was like Family Next Door, and it was about this guy murdered his whole family, which, that's like every other
Right.
documentary. It always happens.
Was he a white man?
Yeah, duh. As soon as the first thing they did was show him in a Ben Roethlisberger jersey, and I was like, he did it. I don't know what happened yet, but he did it. There
Do you
you go.
watch what is this 2020 like ABC, they do all of these like weird ass documentaries like every week.
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
don't.
so out of all of those
Yeah,
documentaries, which would you highly recommend?
I would highly recommend the Cult of Cults, the Heaven's Gate cult, because it was just a good documentary. Like, it was very well done, I think. Usually with like cult documentaries, there's not a lot of empathy shown to the people in the cult.
Right.
And I think that they did a good job of really like diving into the psychology of the people, why they got involved in this cult, even though it was some crazy shit. I didn't know that it even happened until I watched this documentary, but in 1997, I was 3 then, so I wasn't paying attention to the news. But in 1997, they had a mass suicide in like somewhere in the Midwest, and 37 people killed themselves. And that's how everybody knows about this cult, who know about it besides me. And not only did those people all kill themselves at the same time, people that had left the cult after they found out that their group killed themselves, they were like, well, I have to go too because I missed the spaceship. So yeah, then after that, there were like several other suicides of people that were like, I missed it. Oh my God, they were right. I got to get on the spaceship. And so they all killed themselves.
I think if suicidal people are onto something. I'm not advocating suicide, but I'm saying if that's how you get on the ship.
I'm not going to be a hater. If that's what they want, it was obviously their choice.
Right. And I don't know. I've never seen the spaceship. Well, I did see a spaceship one time, but that was a long time ago. Wait, are these the Kool-Aid people or no?
No, because that's what I thought it was going to be. Wasn't that Jonestown?
Oh, she's on
And
my
so,
list. I gotta watch that one. Who was the head of the cult? What was his name? Do you remember?
okay, so it started off with two heads, and they called themselves T and Do because of the sound of music, like do, re, mi, you know? Um, right, a little strange. But the guy, so T, she ended up dying of cancer, and so Do was running it. His real name was like no, not Hugh Hefner. That's a different cult.
That's a different,
Um,
completely different.
her, he ran it, and he was like, I know all the answers. Like, we've been studying this, and she's already on the spaceship, so we just have to wait for her to tell us. And then I guess there was like a comet that came around sometime in the 90s, like a really famous comet, and it was called like this. I can't remember any of the words, but or like anyone's name.
You're doing great.
Everything's just. But there was a comet that came, and when they heard that, he was like, "Well, that's a sign. That's the spaceship. So we got to get on this before it leaves us." And they all poisoned themselves in this really nice house. They afforded like really nice property.
Like,
they're just hashtag jealous. Jelly.
What's the name of this
Haters.
cult? I was going to say, what's the name of this cult again? What's the name of the documentary again?
The Cult of Cults.
The Cult
Heaven's Gate. Yeah.
Heaven's Gate. Okay,
Highly
so
recommend.
Worth at least one viewing. Tested.
Just one. Definitely the thing I watched yesterday, the American Murder, Family Next Door. That I think everyone should watch, because that white man, I knew he did it, but he was real good. He was good at lying. He kept up his shit. He killed her and then brought his kids. Well, I guess you can't really have spoilers because it's just the news. But he like dumped his kids in like while they were alive in like a giant oil tank.
Yes.
And that's how he killed them. Yeah.
And he had the mistress on the side that he was planning on trying to escape with or whatever. And
yeah, and then she didn't even know that any of this was happening apparently, which who knows if that's true. But when she found out, she was like, "Oh, I didn't know that it was that serious." I thought it was gonna be divorced. Yeah, good for her that she got out. But that was crazy. But I feel like that's a good lesson for everyone to learn, that people are fucked up.
They were Steelers fans. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing.
Do you care if I cuss?
No.
Okay, because I have like 7 times already.
Where did this happen again? It was somewhere in the Midwest, right?
Yeah, they were in Colorado. Their families lived in North Carolina, and then they moved out to Colorado into one of those weird, like newly developed suburb neighborhoods. Because when they would show it on the screen, it was like a group of houses and then just fields. And that's also, I feel like, a red flag. Like, don't move somewhere with a bunch of fields. That's not.
That's probably I feel like that's a telltale sign, because there's so much space to bury your fucking body.
Right.
And nobody's
anywhere's a cemetery.
Right. Fuck it. That's how cemeteries started. They was just burying them like right up the fucking street, man.
Yeah.
So they can go.
They were like, this is where we do this now. So anybody you need to bury, just bring them on down.
What is the show that you think that people should avoid, and or TV or program that you think people should just keep scrolling?
Waco, because it's just like, it's shot like a really bad CW show. Like, I feel like I'm watching One Tree Hill, but it's like about these sister wives and this weird cult, it's also, so it's like a reenactment basically of the David Koresh cult in Waco, Texas.
Okay.
That happened also in the 90s.
Yes. 90s was
what a fun decade.
Very popular.
Right.
Mass death. Mass death was big in the 90s.
Yeah, who knew?
You know what happens in that one? The house burned down.
Yeah, like I already know what happened, so it's just showing like the inside, like what they think the conversations happening on the inside were between this cult leader and all of his wives and like 37 children and these guys that were living there.
Wait, so is it documentary / reenactment type of deal, or is it just a whole like recreation of?
It's a recreation, but they tried to follow like the timeline of like what happened, because I did
see, but I don't like that already, because how the fuck do I know that you know what the fuck happened in there? All cults start off with like the best of intentions. Like, it's like, let's separate ourselves from this ratchet ass fucking country and government. Let's just go into the woods and like garden, grow our own food, raise our own like animals to fucking slaughter when it's time to eat, and like all of that good and pure shit. And then somehow whoever is in charge is like, I'm Jesus now. And then shit gets fucking weird.
Some white man wearing aviators is always like, hey, I think I really know what's going on. I'm going to write a book real quick.
It's always the aviators too. It's like the weird Ted Bundy fucking glasses or them Dahmer glasses. It's like, that should be a fucking red flag too.
They should have like cops outside of glasses stores looking. We should be detectives.
I feel like I missed my calling in the fact that I can't work for the police.
Yeah, no, they are like, they don't know what they're doing most of the time, and that's very obvious in all of these documentaries because it's always them that fuck up.
Yes.
I was also watching like, I don't know if I would recommend this, but I think it was called Capturing the Friedmans, and it was about this family, this father and son. They were teaching at school, and a bunch of the kids started accusing them of molesting the kids. And apparently it was just like a fuck fest every day in this computer class that they were teaching. And they're going through all of the court proceedings and everything. And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, why don't you just ask the kids, do they know how to use a computer? All they're doing in this class is getting molested. And obviously they didn't acquire any computer skills. So why don't we just test them on that? Because the whole thing was, they thought it was a conspiracy that these parents were trying to accuse this guy because they just thought he was weird. And so it turned into this big, like, just emotional thing where all these kids were just confessing because their parents were telling them to. And so nobody knows if it actually happened or not.
There's nothing the fuck to do there. Why wouldn't you start a cult? Why would you murder your family? Why wouldn't you, well, there's tons of reasons why not to, but why wouldn't you molest the computer class? Like,
yeah,
it's the wind turbines, it's the tornadoes, it's the lack of
the field.
Oh my God.
Imagine having to drive through that like 50, 40 minutes to work every day. You're just looking at fields all the time. You're like, I wish something would fucking happen.
And so you have to make it happen.
Yeah. That's one thing you can say about these people is they really made their dreams come true. Dude, this Waco guy was like in a shitty band apparently, and just met this guy. He was a terrible guitar player and singer, and then he would just go home every day and like have a bunch of kids and talk about Jesus.
Well, he was Jesus like towards the end.
With the Waco situation, both sides, I just feel like it was an ego thing where they were just like going at each other. And either side, whether it was the FBI or David Press, they could have been like, all right, like, we're done. Like, how big of a deal was it? How badly did you need to have all those guns? Half of the cult was like 3-year-olds. That's why at the end of the day, shit didn't work out.
No, but you know what show you would probably be into? It's not a documentary. It's definitely not about cults. Oh, actually, there is like kind of a cult thing there. But it's called Into the Badlands. And it's no guns, only fucking swords and fucking daggers and knives and ninja stars and shit. It's a lot of good scenes. There's some very strong women in it.
Okay.
Which is always a plus. Like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type shit.
Okay, I love watching people flip around. Yeah, man, Waco came out like 2 years ago, and I just got to it. And I just found out that Macaulay Culkin has a brother, and he's in Waco.
Macaulay Culkin got like 4 brothers. Kieran is actually in Home Alone. He's the one that he was supposed to share the bed with.
Oh, shit. I missed that.
Drinking the Pepsi. And he's like, I gotta share the bed with him. That's his actual brother. That's Kieran. And then the other brother is in the last Scream movie with Emma.
Yeah, that's the guy I keep seeing everywhere.
There are a lot of cult documentaries coming out because I think that there's another one too, which is almost like kind of like a Scientology thing. Maybe that's the one that's on Amazon.
I love Scientology.
Scientology, well.
I mean, I love learning about it. I when I was so obsessed with learning about it at one point, I almost joined them just so I could learn more.
You should be a detective.
I was like, let me get on the inside. And then they were like, I took this personality test online, and somebody emailed me and was like, hi, I'm Brittany and blah, blah, blah. I want to give you your results. Can you please come to Buffalo, New York? And was like giving me all these directions. And I didn't go because it seemed shady, but I was close.
You watch Leah Remini's?
Love her.
Yo, she's the greatest. And she's so tri-state area that I cannot take it. The
Hmm.
nails, the accent.
Right.
It's just
And
like,
she always looks like immaculate on screen. Her lighting is always perfect. And then she just starts cussing everybody out. It's great.
that's how she gets you. She lures you in with the light, just like Scientology, and then
Hmm.
attack.
She knew. She learned what she needed to learn from Scientology, and
Yo,
now
she
she's
does
a hit
great
book. And
fucking things.
maybe I'll get like contacted by the U.S. government. They'll end up just doing experiments on me, but
They might put you undercover. You get to live out your detective fantasies.
maybe if anybody from the CIA is watching this, either right now when we're recording it or just they're a fan of the Whatcha Streamin, I would like to be a detective. I don't know how to get into that. I don't have letters of recommendation, but I'm very committed. So I'm just going to put that out there.
One that you should give a try is Dead Before Dawn.
Ooh.
I know it sounds like that, but it's not. It is the fucking campiest fucking horror movie I've ever fucking seen in my life. It is so like stupid funny, so stupid funny, overacted, like completely dramatic. Christopher Lloyd is in it.
Maybe I'll have a drink and watch it.
It's super fucking weird. It is
Is
it's funny. I don't know if it's good, but it's funny. The Garden Left Behind.
it based on true events?
It could be.
Okay,
It definitely
I'm in.
has like the trans death
Hmm.
storyline. Well, plot line is like a subplot, or so you think. Dun dun dun.
Ooh. If I can get really invested in the story and like not care what the actors are doing,
It's super good.
yeah.
The Garden Left Behind. I'm not ashamed to admit I fucking bawled like a fucking bitch, non-gender specific, at the end.
Oh my God, I love crying.
It was good. So
I'm
watch it
ready.
like when you're done with your day. Don't watch it before you start your day. Watch it when you're winding down. You can curl up with the pillow, give it a good cry, and then sleep it off.
Okay.
Super fucking hot. It's a cute film, and I'm telling everybody that I've interviewed so far, this has been my highly recommend. It's on my list.
Awesome. I can't wait to watch it.
It's so good. But I thank
Cool.
you for hanging out with me.
Oh my gosh,
And
thank you for having me. Thank you for the recommendations. I do have a week off of work to get away from the COVID infested waters. So I will be binging and drinking, and so I love this. I love this whole concept. I love talking to you. I'm here whenever you need me.
Cassi Bruno, comedian, actress, writer. She does it all. She takes care of snotty.
Supermodel. Like, I'm just kidding.
You are a model. You could model. All right, thank you, Cassie. I will talk to you later.
It's good talking to you.
Enjoy your binging.
You as well.